日本時間5月3日、米国時間5月2日、ブルージェイズはツインズ戦で劇的な逆転勝利を収めた。試合は一時3、4とリードを許す苦しい展開だったが、8回に打線が爆発、一挙8得点のビッグイニングで試合をひっくり返し、最終的に 1-1、4で勝利した。主役となったのは岡本和真。8回に放った一撃は中堅バックスクリーン上段へ飛び込む約453フィートの特大本塁打。これで2試合で3本塁打と絶好調を維持し、チームのランプロデューサーとしての存在感を強く印象をつけた。また打線全体にも変化が見られる。ストローはプル方向へのフライを意識した打撃で本塁打を記録。さらにバレンスエラもスイング動作を簡略化することで対応力を向上させた。各打者が強い打球を生むための調整を徹底していることが、この大量得点につながった形だ。チーム一丸となった攻撃で流れをつかんだブルージェイズ。勢いそのままに、次戦でのシリーズ勝ち越しにも期待が高まる。この試合の詳細と打線の変化については、ぜひ続きの映像でご確認いただきたい。
Shy, George Springer just returned from the injured list after fracturing his left big toe. And I don't know what the odds are that in his third start back he would get hit on the same toe by a pitch, but I feel like he was contemplating the same thing as he headed back to the Blue Jays dugout.
And not just him, Miles Straw was really struggling to come to terms with the odds of how that could happen to him so soon after his return. The good news for the Blue Jays is that the x-rays on George Springer returned and they did not show any further damage to either his previously fractured big toe or the rest of the foot. So sigh of relief there from the Blue Jays after just getting their leadoff hitter and offensive catalyst back. He wasn't going to play on Sunday anyways. The Blue Jays wanted to give him a rest day as he returned. They'll take a look at how he's feeling on Sunday into Monday, make some further decisions from there. But right now it looks like George Springer dodged a bullet there after having had a remarkably close call and one certainly against the odds.
Fortunately, the Blue Jays didn't need his contributions in this one as they ran up the score with an 8-run 8th inning. And we just did a little tour around the clubhouse, Shy, and something that we heard frequently from these hitters is that they are making adjustments in the box.
Yeah, and it was really interesting to hear Miles Straw talking about him trying to pull the ball in the air a little bit more, understanding that damage is going to come to the pull side, and he ends up hitting one of the longest homers of his career in this game into the second deck here at Target Field. But this is part of something that he's doing consciously. He knows he's got to do that to get to damage. Brendan Valenzuela, similarly, he is trying to do the same thing, but for him, it was just quieting down what he'd been doing at the plate. He'd had a bit of a bigger move, and in talking to hitting coach David Popkins, just try to quiet himself down, just going to a little foot raise and settle into his swing, and that's getting him through the ball a little bit faster. He's saying that he's able to see the ball a little bit longer, spend a little bit more time identifying what he's going to attack there, and the results have come. And obviously we know Kazumaro Okamoto and the adjustments that he's made and the damage that he's been able to do. The longest home run of his career in this game, 453 feet, third one in 2 games.
Blue Jays going to look to carry over some of those big swings into the finale on Sunday with Trey Savage on the hill.
How do you adjust then to a guy who's trying to get you to hit one into the dirt?
Well, that's pretty tough too, because that's why you got that swing from Okamoto.
Okamoto high in the air, left center field. Buxton back. See you later. Into the stratosphere for Kazuma Okamoto, who makes it a 1-run game, 453 feet.
The way you keep a sinker off the ground is you get under it, and Okamoto got under it, and the power stroke continues for the Blue Jays third baseman. Short arm, side arm, it's down in the zone, and he works underneath that baseball and just punishes it to deep left center field.
That's the longest home run hit by a Blue Jay this season.
Down 1, starting the 8th, the Blue Jays go wild, score 8. 8 straight guys come to the plate, contributing to that, and there's a lot to choose from in those at-bats, and you're narrowing it down to 2.
Well, yeah, I like homers. I like a guy who knows how to hit in big spots. Okamoto all of a sudden is starting to run produce, which is, John Snyder always speaks of, we're looking for a guy who can drive in runs. This guy, you got to have a little something if you're going to run produce and coverage counts, and he's got it right. That 2-0 pitcher's pitch, you don't want to swing at that. Getting frisky party out front, and all of a sudden with 2 strikes, get it in the zone, flatten out your barrel, keep it in there as long as you can. With it being flat the way it is, just big part of the field gives you a better chance of moving it forward. That's what run producers do. You can't have an RBI unless you put the ball in play. This guy's been a minute since he's gotten a hit. That had to feel really good covering the elevated fastball. It's been spin down. It's been hard stuff up. 2 strikes, what are you trying to do? Just put the ball in play. Be yourself there. I feel your pain too, my friend. It's just a collection of a bunch of people in that inning, right? They had team inning, 5 hits, 2 walks, scoring a bunch of runs, winning a bunch of baseball games. That's how you go on a run.
They've won 9 out of 13, so they are on a bit of a run, can get to 500 in the 4th and final game of the series.
Miles Straw homered in the 2nd inning, and then in the 8th, as part of an 8-run Blue Jays rally, had the bases loaded walk. I know a lot of things went the Blue Jays' way in that inning, but can you create your own luck via team approach as well?
I mean, Ernie, who was it? Ernie that got us going? Yeah, I mean, that's a big hit there. And that's what we do. We try to pass the baton to the next guy. And, we did it in Arizona, had another big inning right there, and we need more of those.
What do you feel like Louis Varland does for this home crowd and for you guys when you're going through that?
I mean, I'm sure he's out there supporting. I hit the homer. I saw him out there, celebrating. So I saw him specifically, and felt pretty good, and he brings a lot of energy for the boys.
When you hit that homer, you turned on a full count fastball, hooked it into the left field seats. We've seen a lot more of that pull power from you this year. What's allowing you to tap more into it?
I mean, that's what I practice every day. We get out there early with, 5 of us or so, and that's really all I'm trying to do is get the ball in the air to the pull side, and that's where damage is done. So that'll keep you around the game longer, helps your team more, and just got to keep going.
And finally, I got to ask you about what Kazuma Okamoto's doing at the plate right now. He goes 400-plus feet into the second deck today. When you saw him scuffling, getting adjusted to MLB in April, the way that he's come out of it, what do you like the most about what you've seen?
I mean, every at bat, it's just he's on the fastball, he's on the spin. He hits the ball 110 just as much as Vladdy does, and that was one of the more impressive home runs I think I've ever seen. I mean, dead central to the second deck is pretty tough to do here, and we love where he's at, and he loves where he's at. He's having fun, and it's fun to play with him.
All right, thanks, Miles. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
And just like that, the Jays have a chance to win yet another series tomorrow afternoon, and it's trade day tomorrow. So Savage is going to get the ball there for our Jays, looking for another series dub and get back to 500. But today, Dylan Cease got the ball, and he was all right. I wouldn't say he was particularly fantastic, but he went 7 innings for the first time as a Blue Jay, so you'll take that. And it comes in a victory, you'll take that. I just thought he was getting hit around a little bit. Obviously allowed the long ball in the bottom half of the first inning to Byron Buxton. But the Blue Jays offense explodes. And my God, explodes is right. For 8 runs in the 8th inning to turn a 4-3 deficit to an 11-4 lead. That's insane. And we'll break it all down now. So bottom 1, obviously Byron Buxton takes Dylan Cease deep to right, and it's gone for a solo shot. But in the top half of the second inning, Lenyn Sosa, Love Sosa, drills one to left center, and it's gone. A solo shot for Sosa, his first as a Blue Jay and first of the year, and we're tied at 1. A couple battles later, Miles Straw drills one down the left field line into the second deck. Excuse me? Miles Straw? The Jays have a 2-1 lead, and Lenyn Sosa and Miles Straw have hit homers. That felt weird. But then in the next half inning, after you've gotten the lead, you give it right back as Brooks Lee hits it a 2-run single. It was an error by Vladimir Guerrero Jr., though. It was a chopper to Vladdy. He wanted to throw home, and he turned to flip it to Cease, flipped it in the dirt. It got past Lenyn Sosa, allowing both runs to score. It was pretty brutal stuff. And that 2-1 lead is gone. You're now trailing again. It's 3-2. Bottom of the 5th inning, Trevor Larnach gets an RBI single scoring Tristan Gray. It's 4-2. And just to add insult to injury, George Springer gets a ball right on the same toe that he broke a little while ago. He goes down in a heap. He's laughing because he's like, are you freaking serious? Like, are we doing this again? And you see the replay, and he has this like little black cover that's on his, like on the shoe where his big toe would be. And you see it hit the toe. That black thing went flying. So it hit him directly on the spot. We'll wait to see what happens. He got pulled from the game, and Jesus Sanchez replaced him. But it just added insult to injury, literally. But the Blue Jays just don't quit. They fight, they claw, they will find a way to fight you back. And that was the team last year, and that's been this team's mantra over the last, 2-3 weeks or so in this winning streak of series. And in the next half inning, Kazuma Okamoto comes to the plate. And he drills one to dead center, and this thing is dead center over the bullpens into the upper deck, over 450 feet. 3 homers in 2 days. He's got 8 bombs on the year. And the Jays are back within 1. It's 4-3. And let's go to the 8th inning. Because holy crap, everything happened. Basically all with nobody out, which was crazy. All right, so bottom of the 8th inning. It starts with Luis Garcia on the mound. Now, I feel bad for the guy, kind of, because we heard the news, the birth of his newborn child, and he had to do it over FaceTime or Zoom because he wasn't there. And that was like, yesterday or 2 days ago? Well, he got teed off on today. Well, sorry, but not really. He comes in to replace lefty Cody Funderburk, and Ernie Clement leads off with a single up the middle. We're like, okay, good start. Vladdy, good at bat, draws a walk. 2-on, nobody out, which you love to see. Kazuma Okamoto puts up a really good at bat and drives one right back off up the middle, off the glove of the defender into center field, which slows it down enough, one, to allow Ernie to score, but allows Vladdy to go to third. So the Jays have tied the game at 4. They have runners in the corners, still nobody out for our boy, Love Sosa, Lenine Sosa. And what does he do? It's a little it must have been off the end of the bat, but a little soft ground ball to right, well, I wasn't to right field, but it was to second base, and it was all bobbled, and everyone's safe somehow, right? Vladdy comes in to score, Kaz up to second, Sosa's at first, Jays got the lead, it's 5-4, but you've still got 2 on and nobody out still. And they bring in the lefty, Anthony Banda, who is just no good, like, no good. The only reason we saw him in the World Series was because Alex Vesia wasn't there. He proceeded to come into the World Series, face Blue Jays, Barger Grand Slam. And I think earlier this year he got teed off on by us once as well. But he's no good. So I'm fine with him coming out of the bullpen. And Dalton Varsho, he gets a force out. But then Anthony Banda, right, there's so many things happening. I forgot which it was. He hit a little bouncer back to Banda, and it went right through the legs. I mean, my God. Talk about not being able to field your own position. That is as brutal as it gets. It goes through him. Everybody's safe. So now the bases are loaded. Still nobody out. And that's Miles Straw, 4-pitch walk. Like, let's just keep going here. I don't even know the scores at this point. We keep rolling. David Schneider comes up. Lately, it's been strikeout or walk for David Schneider. Or if it's not, it's constant tapping on the damn head for David Schneider. I swear he does it instinctively now. Instinctively. Yeah. Even if he doesn't have any challenges left, he's ready to do it. So where I was ready with the bases loaded, he's either going to walk and score another run with the bases loaded, or he's going to strike out and there's going to be the first out of the inning. No, he doubles to left field. Sosa comes in to score, Varsho to score, Miles Straw to third. I mean, they just keep tacking on here. And then Brandon Valenzuela comes to the dish, drills one to left center. It's gone. 3-run bomb for Valenzuela. And there's still nobody out. Now, they don't score any more runs after that, but who the hell cares? You put up an 8 spot. You turn a 4-3 deficit into an 11-4 lead. It's curtains. You don't have to use any leverage, guys. It's beautiful. It's exactly what you want to see. After using all your main guys yesterday, right? Rogers, Hoffman, Louis Varland, all pitched yesterday. They all get the day off today. Now you pick up a victory. It's a beautiful sight. Now, we're all still waiting on the George Springer stuff, so fingers crossed there. That's just precautionary because of what he's just coming off of. But we'll see. But offensively, let's talk about it. So, Ernie Clement went 1 for 5, scored a run. Vladdy, I mean, well, he's not barreling anything up right now. But hey, who cares? 0 for 4, drove a walk, scored a run. And this is where the fellas got it done. Kaz, have a series. 3 homers in 2 days. Went 2 for 5, scored 2 runs, 2 RBIs, had a homer. Dude's OPS is nearing 500. Or what? 800. He's been phenomenal. Lenine Sosa. This dude is a Blue Jay. Actually, let me pull this up right now. Let me pull his career numbers as a Blue Jay. He's hitting 2. Okay, that's a pretty crappy OPS. But you know what? That was before today's game. He had a 648 OPS as a J. And he went 2 for 5, scored 2 runs, drove in 2, and had a homer. Have a day, Sosa. Dalton Varsho, 1 for 5, scored a run. Miles Straw went 1 for 2, walked twice, scored 2 runs, hit a homer, and drove in 2. I mean, Miles Straw, it's remarkable, right? We saw him play last year, and we're like, Miles Straw, you can't keep that up, right? He had 262 last year with a 680 OPS, which for him is quite good, right? Going into play today, he had a 710 OPS. Well, he got on base 3 times and hit a homer. Miles Straw's a Blue Jay. We don't need Roki Sasaki, thank you very much, okay? And Davis Schneider got a hit. I think he had an 0 for 20-something streak going on. He went 1 for 3, scored a run, and of course walked once, but then also struck out twice. And Brendan Valenzuela, man, having that pop behind the plate, love Tyler Heineman, the vibes, the magic man, all that stuff. But having a guy behind the plate that has a little bit of pop, it's nice to see for Valenzuela. 1 for 3, drove in 3 on the 3-run homer, scored a run, walked once as well. Great stuff. Jays today, only 9 hits, but they scored 11 runs. Homers will do that to you. It's beautiful. 9 runs there, 5 walkouts, 5 strikeouts. Here we go. 5 walks. I mean, it's a very good ratio for the guys. They did a fine job at the plate today. And Dylan Cease, again, felt like he didn't have his grade A stuff today, but 7 innings, a 7-hit ball, 4 runs allowed, only 3 were earned. Obviously, the 100 run is Vladdy's, mishap there at first base. But he had 7 strikeouts, walked 1, and for the first time this year, he threw 7 innings for the Blue Jays. Fine. And then in the bullpen, once it got out of reach there at 11-4, Flew Hardy, clean inning work, no base runners. Spencer Miles, clean inning work, no base runners. Everyone's available tomorrow. Great stuff. Now, tomorrow, the finale of the series. It is a 12:45 first pitch local time in Toronto, but here in Minneapolis, it is an 11:45 first pitch tomorrow morning, I guess. It's weird to say that. And you're probably not going to get an 11-4 game. But baseball's weird. The things can happen. But Trey Yesavage gets the ball. It's trade day tomorrow. Yesavage versus Joe Ryan in the finale of the series. Look, you win the game tomorrow. We talked about this 2 series ago. Find a way to win the series against the Red Sox. Find a way to win 3 or 4 against Minnesota. You're 500. They have a chance to do that tomorrow afternoon. Very exciting. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and this wacko game today, smack that like button. Do appreciate it. The subscribe button. You guys not done already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's game for our Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and of course TikTok is down below as well. So follow up there if you've been done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Raptors edition tomorrow night. Ooh, Game 7, Raptors Cavs. 7:30 tip-off in Cleveland against the Cavaliers. Can they do it? I mean, sheesh. It's possible, but we'll see. And the finale for the Blue Jays and Twins goes tomorrow morning, 11:45 first pitch, local time, 12:45 Toronto time. Trey Yesavage, Joe Ryan's a pitching matchup there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the dub this afternoon. Talk to you guys then.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。